Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for your yoga practice. So this class is going to be a really gentle class focused on opening up and releasing our hips. So we'll get started straight away. We're going to get started seated. So you can come into a nice comfortable cross-legged position here. If having your legs crossed doesn't feel good for your knees, then no worries. You can always extend your legs in front of you. If you'd like to sit up on some cushions or some blocks as well, please feel free to do so. Do whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. You can close your eyes here, starting to bring your awareness inwards. Hands can rest in the knees, roll the shoulders down the back, thinking of stacking the shoulders above your hips, feeling the sitting bones rooting into the floor beneath you. From there, feeling the spine rising tall, crown of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling. Starting to take some nice, slow, conscious, deep breaths here. Breathing all the way into the belly. Just a couple of more breaths here. Staying present. Noticing the gentle rise of your inhales and the gentle fall of the exhales. Notice if there's any tension in the face. Just relax the jaw muscles. Soften the muscles of your forehead. Relax your neck muscles. Feel your shoulders release. And then when you're ready, we'll just start to stretch into our neck a little bit. You can keep your eyes closed here if you'd like. And we're just going to drop the left ear down towards our left shoulder. So left ear is stacking on top of the left shoulder now. You can stay like this, breathing into the right side of your neck. Or if you'd like, you can bring the right fingertips down beside you here. Feel how that changes the stretch. Maybe you notice it traveling into the right shoulder, maybe even down the right arm. You could stay like this, or maybe you bring your left hand just above the right ear, applying very gentle pressure. Taking one more deep breath here. And then slowly we'll bring both hands back to your knees. And then we'll just roll our chin around over to the other side. So now the right ear is parallel to the right shoulder. You can stay like this, breathing into the left side of the neck. Or if you'd like, let fingertips come down beside the left glute. Breathing here. And if it felt good, maybe you bring the right hand on top of the left ear, just above the left ear. Very gentle pressure. Last breath. And then slowly we'll bring both hands back to the knees, roll the chin back to center, and then just stack the head above. the rest of your body. On the next inhale, we'll reach your arms up to the sky here. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms to face the ceiling, taking a big stretch here through axial extension of the spine, really reaching tall. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, releasing the hold of the fingers. As you exhale, the right hand comes to left knee, and then your left fingertips can come back behind you to act as a kickstand here. Maybe you gaze over the left shoulder, twisting into our spine, releasing the muscles of our back, our abdomen. Last breath here. And then inhale, coming back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, other side. So left hand to right knee now. Your right fingertips come back to support you. Straight spine as you twist. Maybe look over the right shoulder. Breathing here all the way into the belly. One more breath. And then we'll inhale, come back to center, reach your arms up to the sky, interlace the fingers, palms faced up. One last big stretch here, reaching to the ceiling. And then slowly bringing the arms down beside you. Coming to a cobbler now, we'll bring the soles of our feet to touch. Our knees are opening wide. Inhale, reach tall to the crown of the head. You could stay here, or maybe exhale, folding forward as far as feels good to your body. Thinking of folding with a nice straight lower back, and then you can round through the upper back and drop your head down. We'll be here for 4 deep breaths, breathing into our hips, into the inner thighs, even into the hamstrings here, and our lower back, of course. Last breath. From there, slowly rising up and out of that. And we'll extend our legs out in front of us now, but with a bend in our knees for this first forward fold. Toes are flexing back towards you. On the inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, folding forward from the pelvis. Hands can rest anywhere along the legs, or maybe if it feels good, give yourself a little hug here, and then you can let the head drop. If you feel called to, you could always start to straighten through the legs a little, but again, only if it feels good for your body here. Breathing into the back body. 2 more breaths. Breathing into the hamstrings. And then slowly rising up and out of that. Bending into the right knee now, bringing the right sole of the foot in line with the right thigh. Janu Savasana. So your hips square forward, right toes point back towards you. Inhale, reach the arms up, big breath. Exhale, straight spine as you fold forward. Hands can rest anywhere along the leg, wherever works for you. Breathing into the left hip now. In into the back of the right leg here, right hamstring. Breathing deeply, keeping your mind focused on the present moment, noticing how this stretch feels. Last breath. And then slowly rising up and out of that, we're going to come to half cow face now. So for this, I'll just turn this way to show you. So for this, you're crossing your left knee over the right knee. So it's kind of like maybe if you were on a couch and you sit cross-legged, you're going for that. The right toes are flexing back towards you. And then you can stay here. This might feel like plenty for your body. Or maybe you invite a little bit of a forward fold. Really getting into the outer hips now. Just 2 breaths here. And then slowly making your way out of that. Extending the right leg long now. Bending into, the left leg, bending into the right knee. Planting the right sole of the foot in line with the left thigh. Your left toes are flexing back towards you. You inhale to reach your arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, tilting forward as far as feels beneficial to your body. 3 breaths on this side, noticing if it feels different from the other side. Very normal. We are asymmetrical beings after all. One more breath here. And then slowly rising up, coming to our half cow face. So right knee is now stacking on top of the left knee, and your right calf can kind of come back in at a little bit of a diagonal. Inhale, you can stay here reaching tall if this feels like enough, or maybe you tilt a little bit forward to intensify it. Last breath. And then slowly we'll release that. And from here, we'll come to a tabletop position, coming to all fours in whatever way we can get there. Hands are under our shoulders, knees are under our hips. So from our tabletop position, let's wake up our spine, cows. So inhale, drop the belly towards the mat, gaze forward. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck chin to chest here, cat. Inhale, your belly lowers towards the mat, pulling your chest through your arms. Exhale, reverse it, tailbone tucks, chin to chest, feel the shoulder blades spread apart. Now we'll start to combine this with a child's pose. So inhale, drop the belly towards the mat for cow. Exhale, round through the back, cat, and then start to sink the hips towards the heels, child's pose. Inhale, coming forward, shoulders above wrists, belly lowers towards mat, cow. Exhale, round through the spine, cat, coming to child's pose. Inhale, tabletop, belly drops for cow. Exhale, reverse it, upside down U, hips towards heels. Once more at your own pace here. And we'll all meet in a child's pose here. So we'll just extend our hands long in front of us. Our forehead can rest on the mat. One breath here, feeling all the space being created into your vertebrae. From here, a side stretch. So walking both hands over to the right side. They might even come off the mat here, feeling a stretch into the left side body. And traveling to the other side, so both hands walking over to the left, big stretch through the right side body. You'll even feel this into the right armpit here as well. And then slowly coming back to center, coming back to your tabletop position. Taking our first down dog. So hands are shoulder width distance apart, fingers spread wide. Push the ground away with your hands for strong shoulders. Tuck your toes under, then pick your knees up. Hips go up and back behind you. Your head can hang heavy here in between your arms. Your gaze is at the feet. So you can have a bend in your knees for this first one, and this can feel really nice here as well for your low back. Or maybe if you'd like, option to just start to walk out the legs, pedaling them out, bending into one knee, straightening through the other. On your next breath, we're all going to tippy toe to the front of the mat to come into a forward fold here. Feet are going to be hips width distance apart with a nice bend in the knees. You can hold on to opposite elbows, let the head hang heavy. Ragdoll. Really allowing gravity to just decompress your spine. This is a nice place to take some sighs out through the mouth, making them audible. From there, bringing the hands to the mat, straightening through the legs. You're just going to heel toe the feet nice and wide here. Your toes are pointing out at slight diagonals, dropping the hips down for yogi squat. Now, if you're up on your heels like this, so normal, just working with that. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always just stay like this and you'll be building strength in your hips with this option as well. So, choosing an option that works for you. Hands can come into prayer position if you're feeling stable here. Just 2 more breaths. Bringing the hands back to the mat, we're going to straighten to your legs once more. And then heel toe the feet back into hips width distance apart. Let's take some waves here. So our hands are sliding up our shins for halfway lift here, upside down L, torso parallel to the ground. Inhale here. And then exhale, fold forward, let the head hang heavy. You can always bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, releasing, fold. Inhale, rising to halfway lift. Exhale, gently forward folding. Inhale, coming to halfway lift. This time we're going to bring our hands to the ground and step the right foot to the back of the mat, dropping the right knee down. So you're framing your left foot with your fingers here, with your hands. Breathing into the right hip flexor. Right psoas muscle, right quad, opening into the left hip now. Feel the space being created here into the right leg. One more breath. We're going to bring our left arm and our left hand inside the left knee now. And then you can just walk that left foot out a little bit wide here, coming to our lizard lunge. So you can always bring blocks into this as well, bringing them underneath the hands if you have them here to support you. You could even come down onto the forearms if you'd like, but again, only if that feels good for you. No need to ever force anything here. We'll just take one more breath, really getting into your left hip here. Taking a twist. So your left hand is going to come onto your left thigh, twisting the torso towards the left thigh. Maybe you gaze over the left shoulder. Option to extend the left arm to the sky here if that feels good to you as well. Just 2 more breaths. And then we'll slowly bring that left hand down and we'll step our left knee back to meet the right. We're going to take a thread the needle here. So inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky, looking up. And then exhale, treading the right arm underneath the left arm, and then resting the right side of the face and shoulder on the mat. You can have the left hand beside the head, or maybe you extend the left arm long. One more breath. Inhale, planting left hand back beside your face, reaching the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, right arm comes down. Other side. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Left arm threads through the right arm. Option to have the right hand beside the right face, or you can always extend the right arm long, bringing it into the shoulder, the right shoulder here. And just check in with your hips. Make sure they're kind of not swaying off to the side and just stacking them back over the knees here. Feel how that deepens the twist. Inhale, plant the right hand back beside the face. Reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, left hand comes down. Tucking your toes under, push grounds away with hands, downward facing dog. One breath here. You can shake out the head, nod the head. And then on the next inhale, either stepping or walking to the front of the mat. Come to halfway lift. Hands slide up your shins. We'll take our waves. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Release your lower back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Remembering you can always bend the knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Hands coming to the mat now, other side. We'll step the left foot to the back of the mat, drop the left knee down, and your hands are framing your right foot. So this is like my little microphone stand in case anyone is wondering, because sometimes the microphone gets like squished between my chin and my t-shirt. Rolling the shoulders down your back. Breathing into the left hip flexor, left quad, right hip. And I'm really feeling this into my right hamstring here as well, so you might be too. One more breath. Lizard lunge, bringing the right hand, right elbow inside the right knee, wiggling the right foot out nice and wide here. Really deepening the stretch into the left hip flexor now, and really feeling it into our right hip. And now you can play around with the hands. Maybe you feel called to come to the forearms. Whatever feels best for you. One more breath here. Coming to the twist. So right hand comes onto the right knee, and then you're twisting the torso towards the right thigh. Maybe you look over the right shoulder. Option to reach the right arm up to the ceiling. One more breath. And then slowly bring the right hand back, and we'll step our right knee back to meet the left. From here, we're just going to come to lie on the belly in whatever way works for us. So we're going to bring our hands out beside our shoulders. So they'll be off the mat here. And your elbows are pointing up. So if someone was to look at you head on, you're making like a W here. Your toes can be untucked. Feet are hips width distance apart. Let's take some cobra rolls. So inhale, rising up. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, only coming as far as feels good for the low back. Exhale, let go. 2 more times. Inhale to rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Bringing one hand on top of the other, and then you can rest your forehead on that hand. Coming to a half frog. So we'll do left side first, bending into the left knee here so that the left knee is in line with the left hip, and you're making a 90-degree angle with the left knee. 2 breaths here. And you can stay here, or if it feels accessible to you, you're going to come up into a Sphinx position with the chest. So the elbows come underneath the shoulders, you pick your chest and head up, and you can interlace the hands. One last breath. And then slowly letting the elbows open wide, coming down and extending the right leg back behind, the left leg back behind you. Other side, so bending into the right knee now. Right knee is in line with right hip, 90-degree angle at the knee. 2 breaths here, just breathing into the right hip. And again, this might feel like plenty, or option to take your Sphinx in your chest for 2 more breaths here. And then slowly lowering down, bringing the right leg back. 2 breaths here to even everything out. Wiggles of the hips side to side are welcome. And then slowly bringing the hands underneath the chest, tuck the toes under, push up to your tabletop. So our next posture is a pigeon pose, and this might not feel great for everyone's knees, especially if you have any issues with the knees, if you have any kind of lingering knee injuries. Yeah, so just make sure it feels okay. If it doesn't feel okay, I'll just give the other option first. So if pigeon doesn't quite work for you, what you can do is just lie down on your back here and take a figure 4. So crossing the right ankle over the left knee. You can stay like this, breathing into the right hip. You'll still be getting an amazing opening into the right hip. Or you could pick the left foot up and interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. So this is a really great option. So if you do take it, don't feel like you're losing out. It's better to take this than to injure your right knee. If you are going with your pigeon, you're going to bring the right knee in behind the right wrist, and then your right calf is coming in on a diagonal, so the right sole of the foot is underneath the left hip flexor. Then you can walk that left foot back as far as feels good. You can stay here, or maybe you come down to the forearms. We'll be here for a little bit longer now than our other postures. We'll be here for 5 to 6 breaths. Breathing into the right hip, right glute, left hip flexors. Notice if the jaw or the face start to tighten up, which can often happen in your hip openers. And just invite softness to your face. Inviting softness to the belly. 3 more breaths here. And then slowly bringing your weight back onto the hands, tucking the back toe under. You can just wiggle the back knee in a little bit. Then from there, push into the hands and extend that right leg back behind you. It can feel nice to extend the right leg here and then just kind of wiggle backwards and forwards, release the right knee a little bit. And we'll come to the other side. So again, you can switch it over and take figure 4 on your back on the other side. Or else left knee comes into the left wrist. Your left calf is coming in on the diagonal. So left foot is under the right hip flexor. Then you can wiggle those right toes back. Find the position that feels good for you. You could stay like this, upright. Or maybe you start to come down a little bit. Again, 6 breaths here. Again, just checking in with that left knee. Make sure it feels okay. Just because it felt okay on the other side doesn't mean that it's going to feel okay on this side as well. And you might want to take figure 4 on the left side. Inviting surrender into the body. Inviting relaxation here, and letting go. Just 3 more breaths. When you're ready, we'll slowly make our way out of that. And this time we're just going to let the hips fall off to the side and then bring the right leg around in front of us. From there, and we are going to come to lie down on our back. So lying down your back now. Bending into the knees, sole of the feet come together, let the knees open wide, reclined cobbler. Your hands can rest on the belly here, or option to, if you'd like, reach the arms up overhead and hold on to opposite elbows. This can feel really nice for the chest, for the shoulders. This is our last posture before Savasana, and we're going to take 3 releasing breaths, sighing it out audibly through the mat. So inhale through the nose, fill your belly up with air. Exhale, sigh it out. Release. 2 more times. Inhale, feel the belly, the lungs expand. Exhale, sigh it out. Surrender. Last one, really going for it now. Letting go. Hands coming to the outside of the knees, slowly closing the legs back together. And we'll extend our legs long here, coming to our Savasana, or corpse pose. Your arms come out beside you with the palms faced up. Wiggle around until you feel comfortable here, and then just allow yourself to fully relax, fully let go, and fully surrender into the mat. Savasana is our most important posture, where we let all the work we have done on our mat integrate into our body. Just a moment, a few moments of complete silence here. When you're ready, starting to wiggle through the fingers and the toes. Of course, you're more than welcome to pause the video and stay in your Savasana for longer. Otherwise, gentle movement. Maybe you rotate the wrists, the ankles. Maybe the head rolls a little side to side, massaging the back of the head into the mat. Well, nice and slowly bring both knees into the chest. Recline child's pose. Give yourselves a little hug. Inhale here. Exhale. And then we'll just slowly, in whatever way works for us, make our way up to seated, coming to a comfortable cross-legged position. When you're ready, we'll inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bringing the hands to prayer position at heart center. You can bow your head to your heart, taking a moment to connect with yourself here, and to thank yourself for taking this time out of your day to look after your mind, body and soul, sending yourself so much gratitude and so much love here. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to your space. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this class, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.